Welcome to today's video. As you can tell, I've got some fancy hair today. I'm getting ready for a gala that we have tonight, and I actually have to have my makeup on in an hour. So I thought it'd be fun to just come up here and do my makeup with you guys. Since it's gonna be some fun makeup, I thought, why not film it? I've got my glass of rosé and I am looking forward to this. I love it when I have time to get ready like this, like sit down, take my time with my makeup, do something fun with my makeup, and just enjoy a glass of wine. So let's get started. So I don't have anything on my skin except skincare, moisturizer, and eye cream. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little primer, and today I'm using the Becca Backlit Primer because I want a little bit of a glow underneath my foundation. I'm gonna be working with a matte foundation, and so I want to give my skin a little bit of life. So I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to apply it in the center of my face and on my forehead. Oh, this is such a pretty primer. I don't wear it daily just because I don't like luminosity like this daily, but tonight I thought it'd be really, really pretty, especially in photographs. And oh, it's so pretty. And since I am wearing a matte foundation over it, it's gonna just kind of balance everything really nicely. Now I'm gonna let that sit, and I'm gonna go ahead and start on my eyes first. Since we are doing something really fun for the eyes, I anticipate that I'm gonna have some fallout. So rather than mess up my foundation, I'm just gonna do my eyes now and then go back and do my foundation later. I'm gonna start with priming my eyes, and I'm just gonna go in with the Revlon Color Stay Primer first. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do on my eyes yet, but I know I'm gonna work around this shadow here. It's called Blushed by Sydney Grace, and it's just this beautiful, like, foiled looking tan color. It's so pretty. The dress that I'm wearing is navy, so I wanted my eyes to be neutral, but I wanted them to pop and have some fun, like, just pop of color. So I thought that tan color would be really beautiful on the lid. And I am looking down at this mirror, but I'm gonna have to grab a different mirror because that is not gonna work. So I also have these two palettes here by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have the Soft Glam, and then I have the Norvina palette. I really like these palettes because they both have beautiful, like really frosty metallic shades in there that I think are perfect pops of color. So I think I'm just gonna kind of, what are we gonna do here? I am gonna we're gonna go in with this shade right here in the Norvina palette. It's called Incense. And we are gonna pop that into the crease first. That's how we're going to start building this eye look. And I don't care for this brush, actually. It's a little too big. I just used that one the other day for the first time, and it's just a little too big for me. So I'm gonna go in with the 224 by MAC. I like this brush because it's real tapered. It has a nice fine tip, although this brush is an old one. So this is when it was all natural hair. And I'm just building a little bit more of that color right on the outer corner. And I think I'm gonna kind of pull it over here too, kind of into the brow. I want it to kind of blend into the brow. I want a really like kind of sultry look tonight. So I'm just gonna take that crease color and just kind of blend it up into the brow. If you ever notice Jennifer Lopez's makeup, she always does this. It always has this like really sultry kind of crease color that just goes into the brow. It just looks like smoke. I don't know, I just love it. So we're gonna start there. Next, I'm going to go in with this shade Mulberry here. It's this red matte brick color in the Soft Glam palette. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that on the tip of my brush. And I'm just going to really kind of concentrate that and keep it right here on the outer corner. I don't really want this look to have a lot of red in it, but this color is deep enough to when I mix it with the color that we already have there, you just see this really like kind of dark raisin color. So the event that we're going to tonight is a fundraiser for our school district. They do it every year, and it's a beautiful gala downtown, and they have like a silent auction, and you know, obviously the price of the tickets. All the money goes to support, last year we supported 50 teachers in the district. So the district that I live in, I can't remember what percentage, but it's a pretty large percentage of our property tax values is taken away from our district, because normally, you know, your property taxes goes to fund the school district, right? Or part of that goes to fund the school district. Well, they take, I can't remember if it's 40% or it's a really large chunk of our taxes. they take out of our district and they take it to other districts that are in need of that. So most of our property taxes actually don't go to our district. So this foundation was created to kind of supplement that money that's taken out of the district. And last year they were able to support 50 teachers. So these are additional teachers that aren't necessarily required by the state. Certain teachers that would not be funded by the state were able to fund through this foundation. So that is what we are doing. And we're going with a group of friends. I'm excited, it'll be a fun group. Ooh, I really like that. So next I'm gonna go in with the shade by Sydney Grace, and I'm gonna just load up like a flat shader brush. This is, I don't even know what brush this is actually. This is a sample that I received. Okay, and so I'm just gonna kind of pack this onto the lid. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. It's like a penny. It is so beautiful and so pigmented, wow. And I'm just gonna press that onto the lid. By pressing it and using a flat brush like this, it's gonna almost mimic your finger. So your finger would also work really great too. I just like this brush because it gives me more control over where I put that. That is stunning. Oh my gosh, I love that color. I wanted something really bright on the lid that would pop so that when I, look down or whatever, you would just see that pop of brightness. This is a beautiful color. I was looking for an old pigment by MAC called Tan. I don't know if they still make that or not, but I used to love that pigment. It looked a lot like this, not quite as deep in color, but the metallic payoff of it was so beautiful, and it had this really nice warm kind of light copper color. Oh my gosh, this is stunning. I love this. I am already loving the way this is looking. Then I'm gonna just go back with my crease brush. I didn't add anything to this. I just am working with what's on there. Then for the brow highlight, I'm just gonna go in with this shade from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. It is just the Tempera. It's the obvious brow highlight that they have in here. And I'm just gonna pop this underneath my brow. It's really bright and white, which I like. I haven't done my brows yet, so once I have those brows done, it'll really pop. We've been joking this whole week, me and my friends, that this is like the mom prom, because it totally feels like prom, like going to get your hair done, finding a dress, getting your nails done the other day. Like, it totally feels like prom. I almost had the thought today that I should hire a limo to drive us there. Okay, then next I'm gonna go ahead and do my liner, and I'm gonna use my good old trusty tattoo liner by Kat Von D in black. I am gonna be wearing false lashes, so I wanna have a nice clean black line there that'll kind of conceal the band of the lashes. And I like to lay the pen on its side and create the line, and then when I get to about 3/4 of the way over, I will kind of pull it out to wing it out, and then I will go and create that wing by just connecting the bottom to the top. Pretty. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking I want to deepen up the outer corner and crease a tiny bit. So I'm just going to use that same brush that I used, and I'm going to go back into that shade. Which shade was that? Where's that shade? Mulberry. I'm going to go into Mulberry, and I'm actually even going to add a little bit of the dark black. And I'm gonna mix those together, and let's just see what this does. And I'm just gonna pop this right on the outer corner. Now, as you can see, that is intense. So I'm just gonna apply it, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna blend it out with a fluffier brush. Yeah, I want a pretty defined crease, almost like a cut crease look. Perfect, there we are. So it's kind of the same idea, but just a little bit darker. Actually, quite a bit darker. So I'm gonna just go in place, 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 and then blend, blend, blend. If you feel like you're having a hard time blending that black out, just go in with that red color, the lighter color than the black, and then just go on top of it. That'll help. Black can be really tricky and really hard to work with. When in doubt, blend it out. Okay, it's almost gotten a little too dark. I'm kind of thinking, what have I done here? But you know what? It always works out. It always works out. So I'm just gonna finish up my eyes and go in with everything else, and then I have a feeling that my eyes are gonna come together. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit more of that color that we used on the lid, and I'm just gonna go over just to give a little more pop, because when I added more crease color, it kind of covered that a bit. That is looking a little dark, but I'm gonna stop right here and I'm gonna go and kind of work on other parts of the face and then come back to the eyes. Oftentimes when you feel like you've gone too far with the eyes, my best advice is to stop, go do everything else, and then come back and perfect the eyes, because things look a lot different once you have lashes on, once your brows are done, once your foundation is done, things look totally different. So if you obsess over it looking perfect now, you might end up like going too overboard. So I'm gonna come back to the eyes in just a bit. Okay, so I kind of feel like I want some lashes on right now. So I'm gonna go in with these Eylure Wispy multi-pack. I think are they the number 117? Is that the style of them? This is what they look like. They just look, you know, kind of like your typical wispies, shorter in the inner corners, and then they get longer as they get to the outer corner. And I am likely gonna have to trim these. I almost always do have to trim lashes because my eyes are not, most of our eyes are not the length of these lashes. So what I like to do first with the lash, I like that this has a pretty curved band already. It's gonna be easier to apply. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this on the eye and see if I need to trim. I have a feeling I'm gonna probably need to trim the last little cluster there. Actually, I don't think I need to. I think I can place them far enough over to where they're just the perfect size. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna take my Duo lash adhesive and I'm just gonna put a little dollop on my hand. The best way to apply lashes is to let this glue get a little tacky. So I like to set it on the hand. I actually probably should have set it on the hand when I was working on my eyes, and give it maybe 30 seconds to dry and then apply it to the lash. All right, next I'm going to take that glue and I'm gonna just use the back of a brush. If you have a Q-tip or something like that, that can work a little better, but this is all I have right now, and I'm gonna apply a kind of sheer little layer of lash glue over the entire band. You don't wanna apply too much, you just wanna apply, you wanna cover the whole thing, but you want it to you know, be thin enough to where there's not any thick bubbles. And I'm gonna kind of let it dry for, I don't know, 20 seconds or so. Again, you want it to be tacky so that when you put it on the eye, it just sticks and it doesn't move around or slide around. Then I'm gonna go and, I'm not gonna talk during this part, but I'm gonna look into the mirror, look down, and I'm going to place this on my eye. I'm gonna focus on getting one of the corners down first, whether it's the outer or the inner corner, whichever one is easier. And then I'm gonna kind of let go and place the rest of the lash. Perfect. Lashes make such a difference. I love them. Okay, so while my lashes are continuing to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation. And for foundation, I'm doing the Peach Perfect, and I'm mixing a little bit of MAC Face and Body with it. This has been my perfect like foundation cocktail for full coverage that looks natural. So I'm gonna do about almost a full pump of the Peach Perfect. And then I'm gonna go in and mix about half of that with the Face and Body MAC. Now, I don't think that I'm gonna use all of this, but this ratio or this kind of mixture is the best. So I'm gonna use my Beauty Blender to apply it. And actually, I might end up using it all since I am using my Beauty Blender. You tend to use more product when you use your Beauty Blender, so I might actually end up going through all of this. I love this combination because it just gives full coverage that looks natural. It's so beautiful, and it's long wearing. It just looks so pretty on the skin. Every time I put these two foundations together, by the end of the day, I'm thinking, gosh, my foundation still looks so good. And then I'm reminded, oh yeah, that's what I used. So pretty. The skin just looks flawless and natural. Okay, for concealer, I'm gonna go in and I wanna use something brightening. So I actually grabbed the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I haven't played with this in a while. I used it when I first purchased it and I remember kind of liking it. I did not like the foundation, but I did like the concealer. So I am gonna apply this pretty liberally because I want full coverage and I do wanna highlight. And I'm gonna use a Beauty Blender to blend this into the skin. The makeup is definitely on the more glam, heavier side tonight, but that is okay, because if any nights that we can go heavy on the makeup, going to a gala is definitely one of those nights. The event is in a ballroom. It's going to be dark. It's not going to be a natural light, so I'm not too concerned with my makeup or my concealer looking heavy. I want it to just look glam. I am going to set underneath my eyes, and I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution Bacon Blot Powder. It's nice because it's light and sheer, and I feel like it does kind of smooth things out. It kind of blurs texture under the eyes and the pores. It's very, very light though. Like when I put it on, I almost don't see the makeup, but I do see my skin looking a little bit blurred. I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face, and I'm gonna use the Danessa Myricks loose powder for this. I really love this loose powder, you guys. It's very, very lightweight. I feel like it's light enough weight to use underneath the eyes. It's just high quality. I feel like it's a really high quality loose powder. Translucent loose powder, no color, just sets everything, but doesn't add any like heavy layer of makeup to the skin. Okay, I'm feeling like I need to go in and apply some brows, so I'm gonna go and do that right now. I'm using the NYX Precision Brow Pencil. This has been my brow pencil of choice for several months, and I love this product. It just gives nice full brows. I like that it's waxy, but it has kind of like a precision tip. It's not like super fine like the Brow Wiz or the Micro Brow, but it does give more precision in my opinion than the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Is it the Brow Definer? The one that's the waxy, thicker pencil? I would compare it to that product, but I feel like this one gives a little bit more precision. For brows, I'm gonna go in with the Hourglass Brow Gel, and I'm just gonna kind of brush over these to comb them in place, but also this is gonna add a little volume, and this color is a little lighter than the pencil I just used, so it's almost gonna give a little bit of a highlight to the brow. Oh yeah, those are the brows that I wanted. For bronzer, I'm gonna go in with the Hourglass bronzer. I have the shade Bronze Light. I absolutely love this bronzer. I go back and forth between this one and the Marc Jacobs. The difference is this one has a little bit of a luminosity to it. The Marc Jacobs is a more of a matte powder. Kind of dust this underneath my apples of my cheeks so I can go in with some blush and let myself have it. Okay, I am gonna dust a little bit of this down my nose. And a little bit of this right here in the temples in my hairline. Kind of put this right here. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of that and just kind of bring it down the jawline. For blush, I'm gonna go in with this mineralized blush by MAC. It's called a Fresh Honey. And I am just going to, I think this brush might be a little too, no, it's okay. I was gonna say it might be a little too dense. Might just pop on that color too much, but I think it's good. This is so beautiful. Oh, I love this. I love it. I am really giving myself some blush tonight. I will probably, actually I will go over this. Okay, I feel like the blush got a little carried away, so I'm just gonna go in with a foundation brush and kind of blend everything together. Okay, and then what shall we do next? Next, I'm gonna go and add a little mascara to my upper lashes. This step is just gonna help your natural lashes blend into the false lashes. Also, if you feel like your false lashes are kind of glued on a little strange, or maybe they're not like curling the way you want them, adding some mascara to your natural lashes into is gonna kind of just help finalize and finish up the lash, the false lashes. So this is just the Lancome mascara. Any mascara will do really. Just you want to get in there at the root of your natural lashes and give a good couple of coats. You don't need to do a ton, obviously, because you've got these, but doing this, like I said, is going to blend your natural lashes in. It's also, if you can tell, lifting the false lashes and kind of pushing them up, just so they have that really pretty full curl that you want. Now, I haven't done this in a while, but I used to love doing this, and that is adding a inner rim brightening pencil. For that, I'm using the Highbrow by Benefit, and I'm just gonna go in and line my inner rim with this. I used to do this all the time. I kind of backed off of doing it the last couple of months because my eyes have been so sensitive and so irritated, and for that reason, I was just trying to keep makeup out of this waterline, but they have been doing better the last few days, so we're just gonna roll with it tonight because I love the way that that looks. Then next, I'm gonna put an eyeliner down as a base, and then I'm gonna smoke it out with some shadow. Any liner you have will do, anything dark. I'm using Clinique Quick Liner for Eyes. This is the Intense Aubergine. It's just a really dark plummy purple. And I'm just laying this down, stopping just a little bit further than halfway. I probably would have stopped halfway if I had been paying more attention. I'm not taking it all the way over. I want to keep a nice rounded eye shape. And if I were to pull it all the way over, it's going to make my eyes a little bit smaller, and it's going to kind of make them more almond, and I want them to be a little bit more rounded at the bottom. So to smoke out the bottom, I'm going to take this color right here. It's called Volatile in the Norvina palette, and we have not used this one yet, but it's kind of like a, I would say it's like a dusty kind of taupey dark brown. And I'm just gonna go right on top of that liner. I want a real smoky bottom line. I love a really smoky dark line to pop against that brightness that we put in the inner rim. I think it's just so beautiful. It reminds me of like pageant makeup, just really, really, really high glam. And last, I want to add a little brightness here in the inner corner. I don't want to add anything really metallic or shimmery. I just want some brightness. So I'm taking that same shade that I used underneath the brow bone, and I'm just popping that right here in the inner corner. Because it doesn't have any shimmer, you can be kind of liberal with it, and you can't really go wrong. So I'm just popping that right here and there. Do you see what that does? It just brightens up and opens up the eye. And of course we need mascara on the lower lashes. So I'm just gonna pop a mascara down there. So for lips, I'm just using like a rosy nude. This is by Miraness and it is called Crazy Cocoa. It's their dual-ended lip liner. And it's got 2 colors on it. This one looks to be a little lighter. And I actually just kind of filled my lip in with that. And I'm gonna go in with the darker one, the contour color. And I'm going to line just below my lower lip, just to make the lips a little fuller. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade Parfait by Dose of Colors. Do a nice thin layer. It's very, very pigmented. And I already have quite a bit of color on my lips from the lip liner, so I don't wanna layer it up too much. I'm just gonna kind of press together. Perfect. I think I wanna lighten it a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with this gloss by Fenty and then kind of press the lips together to kind of help that gloss disperse. Oh, so pretty. Okay, I think the last thing I want to do is set everything with a little bit of the Ambient Lighting Powders by Hourglass. I want a pretty glowy look tonight, which is kind of odd for me because I usually don't like to go glowy, but of all nights, I feel like I can get away with it tonight. So I'm going to use the Luminous Light powder by Hourglass, and I'm just going to kind of set the center of my face. This is just going to give the most slightest radiance. Kind of blend everything together, give a really soft, like, oh, do you see that? Do you see the skin just subtly glowing? And then of course I'm gonna set everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. Kind of let that set. I think I might even take that brush and kind of press it into the skin. And this is the final look. I wanna go downstairs, put my dress, my earrings, the whole outfit together so you guys can see the final look. Okay, well this is the final look, you guys. I am getting ready to walk out the door, but I wanted to show you everything pieced together. So these are the earrings that I'm wearing. I got these from J. Crew, I want to say about a year ago. And this dress is a Rent the Runway dress. So this dress is rented. I believe it's by Badgley Mischka. And I love it. I love the way that it fits. It's really form-fitting, but it has some stretch to it so you can breathe. You don't feel like it's too tight. I love the service Rent the Runway. This is my second time to use it, and it's just the perfect solution because I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on a dress that I'm going to wear one time. And with Rent the Runway, you can just rent a dress and then return it the next day, although I kind of want to keep it. And then the shoes that I'm wearing are from Sam Edelman. I just got these actually about a week ago. I can link the shoes for you guys. And I'll try and find the earrings, but I'm sure they're not available anymore. But anyway, I just want to show you guys what the total look looks like, and then my makeup. I know the lighting in here is bad, but anyway, so we are off to have some fun. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.